Adam C. Johnston, a wonderful and loving son of Judy and Jeff Johnston of Lakewood, California, passed away on Thursday, March 20th, 2014 as a result of his injuries from a crash.
Kelsey Blake Schwensen, October 1, 1996 through March 20th, 2014. Kelsey Blake Schwensen was born on Tuesday, October 1st, 1996 and died at the age of 17 on Wednesday, March 20th, 2014 of injuries suffered in a car accident by the actions of a drunk driver.
Tiffany Peterson, a loved daughter of Maria and Mark Peterson of Lakewood, California, passed on Thursday, March 20th, 2014 as a result of injuries from an auto collision. Tiffany, a 17-year-old senior at Mayfair High School in Lakewood, California, was a leader in many ways.
Party is so loud.
Dog on the roof.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Yes.
I'm so down.
Let's go! Let's go! Hurry up! Come on! Trying to keep this party going already.
Take any longer, man?
Two-car accident on Allington. We've got multiple injuries. We've got students involved.
I can't feel my legs. I can't feel my legs. Christian, we need him. We need him. I can't feel my back.
What do we got up here?
Stay where you're at.
Greg, say something.
Stay where you're at.
We have one
To the front of her, the facial area.
Sure.
female, motor vehicle accident?
I have no clothes on me. Now go bag in an oxygen tank, please. 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 10, 3, 2, 3.
Pressure.
Alright, this other arm up.
I can't move it.
providing CPR. Yes.
Can't feel that. Can't feel that.
Can you feel the pelvis in a sec?
Take two legs. Top seatbelt, top seatbelt. Why can't I feel my legs?
Christian, we need to
Ready?
relax.
Feel my legs. Three. Feel my legs.
So, can somebody please continue CPR? Take it back.
I am fine at the end.
Can't feel my legs.
Alright, okay.
I feel no pulse.
No electrical activity.
CPR.
Prevent neck from going in.
Do not feel a pulse. Time of death is 11:30. We did everything that we could, but unfortunately she passed away. I'm really, really sorry.
So she died here? You tried to revive her?
We did. We tried our best to revive her. We worked on her for a very extended period of time. Unfortunately, we just weren't successful, and I think her injuries were just too significant.
Do we know what the reason to the accident?
Well, from what I heard from the paramedics, there was another driver involved, and I believe that that driver was intoxicated.
I'm scared.
No, we're all a little scared now. But we're gonna get through it, okay? You can do this, tough boy. We can do it together.
The rules were you were supposed to call.
What were you thinking? You're supposed to call. You know you're not supposed to drink and drive.
You know the rules.
I know.
Come on.
I know, I'm sorry.
I mean, but look where you were at.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
That's the rule.
I'm sorry.
Well, sorry's too late.
You know somebody was killed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your life is gone.
I know.
Forever.
No, you don't know,
Don't
Coda.
know.
One step in, right shoulder along the wall, one step inside the cell.
We've had the conviction phase of this trial. We are now to the final phase of this, the sentencing phase. Before we go there, I would like to ask prosecution if you have any further statements to make.
On March 20th, she knowingly entered a vehicle, intoxicated, for the second time. This is their second charge under DUI. Because of that, 2 people died and 1 person is permanently injured. So we would like to recommend to the court 2 counts of vehicular manslaughter, 1 count of gross negligence. With that carries a 10-year to life sentence and a $10,000 restitution to each of the families impacted.
Thank you. Defense, do you have anything further to add?
Yes, I would, Your Honor. I believe that the sentence request of the prosecution is extreme, given the fact that my client is a minor. She's an honor student. I would suggest a sentence of 4 years for each count to be served consecutively with the $10,000 restitution to each of the victims and with mandatory probation following that, and allow her to continue her life and become a contributing member to society. Thank you very much.
Before I get to sentencing, I do want to hear from the victims.
Your Honor, my family has a strong faith. I can't help but to believe she's in a much better place than here. But then that very thought is ripped out of me when I walk by her bedroom, knowing that she will not answer when I say, honey, it's time to go. Watching her graduate from high school, playing college soccer, sharing in her successes and being there to hold her during her failures. Sharing in her life when one day she finds the one to spend the rest of her life with. Walking her down the aisle. I can't do that now. She was an athlete. Teresa and I loved to watch her play soccer. She was a natural athlete, you know, the kind that it doesn't matter what sport she plays, she would just get it and be good at it. That's our Katie. That's everyone's Katie. She made everyone a better version of themselves just by being around her. I wake up every day numb. I know every day will never be the same. But I'm going to honor my daughter, Katie, for the rest of my life and be a better version of myself for her. And for that, I forgive the driver that caused this horrible accident, because she too is somebody's daughter and she is loved also. Thank you.
Judge, I'm here to speak my heart, how our lives have drastically changed by that one day. Not only our lives, but Christian. Our family is a very active family. Christian life revolved around wakeboarding, water skiing, snowboarding, surfing. And that one day, it was all taken from him. I realized Christian had just as much guilt in it as he took part in the drinking. And on that one day, when those decisions were made by these students, it changed so many lives and families, and a page was literally ripped out of Christian's life, of his hopes and his dreams. All we can do now is look for something good to come out of this, as hard as that may be, and that we can, with Christian, be a voice to educate and make more awareness to this, the tragedy that comes from these decisions that young people make when they drink and drive.
Dakota Wallace, I hereby sentence you to 20 years in prison and to $10,000 restitution to the victims for your crime.
Today I made the mistake of drinking and thinking I was okay to drive. I never thought about the fact that I would never see you again. I never thought that the hug and that kiss and that I love you would be the last.
I'm so sorry I didn't tell you I love you every day. I'm sorry I didn't hug you and thank you for all that you do for me. I'm sorry I was so focused on all the things we didn't have instead of being grateful for all the sacrifices you made. I never got a chance to say how much I love you all. Mom, you are my rock, my best friend, and my #1 supporter. I'm so sorry for everything I have put you through because now I wish I could take it all back. Daddy, you're the #1 man in my life, and you and I are like twins, and I couldn't be more grateful to have such an amazing role model in my life.
I apologize that I didn't have the opportunity to leave you with the final goodbye. I'm sorry I gave you my word that I wouldn't drink, and that left you with the comfort knowing I would come home safe as I always have.
Dear Mom, I never realized how dramatically my life could change from one small decision, or how much people would care if something happened to me. My whole life, you have told me that it's okay to call if I ever need you. Through this experience, I realized why. It's not worth risking my life or others' lives for such a silly thing. It breaks my heart knowing that in an instant, my life could be ripped away and that we would lose each other as best friends.
Yesterday and today, you've been given the opportunity to feel, hear, taste, smell what it's like to lose somebody to drunk driving without anybody actually having to die. See, I didn't get it, and maybe you do, but I did not understand that by making good choices in life, we can make good things happen. If you have not already, through what you've experienced yesterday and today, made the conscious decision to be part of the solution, I'm going to ask you to do so now. I'm going to ask you to be the one at your school, in your group of friends, in your neighborhood. Some of you may even need to be the one within your own family to step up against drunk driving. Now, I know that that's a tall order. I know that it's hard to do. But I have to offer up to you that some of the most important things that you will ever do in this life are very likely to be some of the most difficult. You have some people who in the coming weeks will want to make fun of this program. They'll want to say, hey, did you see my buddy in the video? We got out of class, ha, ha, ha. Don't you dare let them laugh at this program. You remind them of the opportunity that you've had here. And you remind them of the luxury that you all have. That all these hundreds of thousands of families across our country do not have. Which is to go back to life as usual.